Today we're going to get a little festive for the holidays, and we're going to paint an adorable little penguin sitting on snow. So to begin with, you want to make sure you have all of your paint colors. You want to have a cup of water so we can wash our brush off. You also want to have some kind of a paper towel or a cloth that you can dry your brush on after you pull it out of the water. Okay. So to begin with, we are going to start with our background. We always start with the furthest away and then move forward. Okay, so let's start with our background. I'm gonna do mine like purple into pink, but you of course can choose your color that you want in your background. And remember, yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine. That's what makes art so amazing, is that your creativity and your vision is just as good as anyone else's. Okay, I am going to start with purple up here in the darker top area, and then we're gonna move lighter into like more of a pink towards the bottom. The line across here is my horizon line, so that's where the sky is meeting the ground. And down here is gonna be snow. So I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna only go to right at that line. I'm gonna stay above the line and not go down below it. Okay, so to make purple, you can use pink and blue. You can mix pink and blue to get purple, or you can also use red and blue. If you already have a purple pre-mixed in a bottle, that works too. And then if you're wanting a darker shade, you can add a tiny touch of black or brown to kind of darken it up. And then if you want more of a blue tint, you're gonna have more blue than you would pink or red. And then I'm just gonna start going across the top. And as we're doing this, we wanna be mindful of our edges. So the edges are all the sides going around the canvas. We wanna make sure we get those. And I'm gonna do kind of a smooth side to side brush stroke, and I'm gonna go all the way on and off the canvas in one stroke. That is gonna give you that smooth look. If I stop halfway in between and I pull my paintbrush off, it's going to leave that little line like in between. That may be a look you like. You may want some of that variation and texture and movement in your background, and that is completely fine. You just want to make sure that you're doing that all the way throughout. So you want the entire painting to look like it's cohesive, like it goes together, like it all was painted together. We wouldn't want a really choppy sky and then all of a sudden it turns really smooth. Okay, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going just around the drawing. I'm gonna come a little bit further down on this side because I did on that side. And then I'm gonna pick up pink and go right into it. And when it meets, it's going to blend and kind of melt together. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly go over that, and it just starts making a new shade, and it just gradually transitions into our pink. So we have darker purple gradually transitioning into pink. Now as we're going, you may decide that you want some purple down here in your pink. You may decide that you want to add a little bit of white and make your pink like lighter. That is completely fine and okay. And then don't forget your edges while we're doing this. We want it to come all the way off the side and wrap around the canvas, because we want some nice, clean, professional looking masterpieces. All right, so I'm gonna go over to my other side and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm grabbing my pink and I'm going to come on this side. And the trick to blending is you need to make sure that your paint is wet. So when we get over here to this side, if the purple has already dried, we would want to add a little bit more purple to the canvas so that our purple is wet when it meets that pink. And that way we can get just a nice fade into, or a blend down into the rest of the area. So little bits of paint can go a long way. If you find that you have really thick globs or ridges on the front of your canvas, you just want to take a brush with no paint on it and smooth it out. Make sure I'm getting all my edges over here. And then I'm going to just gradually go right over where it starts fading up into the purple. Now, as I'm looking at it, I can already tell the areas that are drying, and I know it definitely has to have a second coat, because as the purple area starts soaking into the canvas, it's not as shiny anymore, and I can see these little white bubbles and texture popping through my canvas and through the paint. So at this point, I would put my brush in the water so it doesn't dry out, and I would hit the pause button, and I'm gonna blow dry it, and then I'll come back and I'm gonna do the exact same process that we just did a second time. So I am going to hit the pause button and give it a good blow dry. Little holiday snow penguin. So we are so thankful that you joined us painting this today, and we want to see your masterpiece and your work of art. So make sure that you send us a picture of it. Thank you so much for painting with us today, and we look forward to painting with you again soon.